about PNPs, and I'm going to talk a little bit. First, this is about Quebec, so I have a slide with me because I'm not a Quebec rep, so I need some support with the slide. We'll talk about it first, and then we'll understand that. Quebec opened up for accepting immigrants. It was in January, right? They opened up and they took in 10,000 people, and they had this criteria that they are going to select people based on this. All right, they took in applications. The Quebec website was open for how long? Do you know? Right. So it is one of those provinces which give advance notice. We are going to open for 10,000 people. We are going to open our intake at 8 a.m. on this day. So at 8 a.m. on that day, for the 10,000 opening, there will be probably 250,000 people waiting. Okay, so it is like a lucky draw, right? You get it. So when they selected people, they considered some factors. One factor was when they opened it up, the singles had to have 49 points, and the married had. Don't take it literally. Don't worry about the points. I'm just giving you an example so that you know. I'm trying to get you scared about PNPs a little bit so that you understand. Sometimes it can let you down. Okay, so when they opened up, they took in people. The Quebec program, and they opened up. In January, they took in people who had, if they were single, they need to have 49 points. If they were married, they need to have 57 points. Okay? Now, recently, a week ago, they changed that. So they've already taken in people, and from the people they've already taken, they changed the points criteria. They say for single, you must have 50 points, and for married, you must have 59 points. And the old one was 57 points, and the new requirement is 59. So the elementary threshold for employability, again, single you must have 42 points, and married you must have 50 points. The new threshold was single 43 points, married 52 points. Education, the maximum points allocated was 30 points. The new regulation, the maximum points allocated is 26 points. Okay, so people are already selected with 30 points. Now they are saying, no, you only have 26 points. Okay. Now there's area of training. Area of training is something which determines whether an applicant can apply with or without the French language. If you calculate the points, if they give very high points for area of training, say for example, last time it was computer programmers and nurses. You need not need French because that compensates for the points for French language. Okay, so at that time when they took in people, the maximum points was 16 points, which was good, which was the points they required to avoid French. Now they have changed that to a maximum points of 12. No. Okay, so why I am highlighting this is that sometimes PNPs, they can accept applications and change their criteria. So all those guys who got in at that time, today they are faced with a situation where they could be kicked out. Okay, and imagine if you are having a consultant who is representing you, you have already paid the consultant money for his work, and you are incurring a loss. Right? So these are things you know. Sometimes provinces, not all provinces are like Quebec, so that's good. Normally, when they tell something, they normally honor that. We had one situation happen several years ago in the federal government where they said something and then they cancelled it and went to federal court, and it was a big mess, right? But after that, usually they so sometimes provinces, they promise something, take people, and then they change their language. So you got to be careful when it comes to provinces. Okay, so very important.